Welcome to Thronecast, the official guide to Game of Thrones from Sky Atlantic HD. Now, where is the god of tits and wine? Right, that was episode 8, The Prince of Winterfell, and coming up, Annabelle Port will be bringing us two superfans so super that they've only gone and written a book about their superfanness. Also, we'll be joined by Game of Thrones experts Elio and Linda from Westeros.org, although I hear Tywin had them tracked down and destroyed. And latrine digger extraordinaire, the fella who plays Samwell Tarly, John Bradley. I'll be talking to him in a chair over there somewhere. So, two big questions this week. Firstly, has anyone got any good raven recipes? Be ashamed to see all that go to waste. And then secondly, who'd have thought that Brienne would make a good rower? Only everyone, that's who. And here's the thing, did anyone else think it was a bit weird how pushy Tyrion was about Bronn wearing that gold cloak? I think he was quite right to say no. You know how it goes. First of all, they're asking you to wear the gold cloak, then it's the lipstick, then the stockings, then the suspenders. And while we're on sexual peccadillos, here's a question for you. Who do you think is the weirdest character in Game of Thrones, sexually? I know what you're thinking. You're thinking Joffrey, right? Wrong. Robb Stark. The other week, when we first saw him become attracted to Talissa, it's because she was hacking off a man's foot with a saw. This week, she told a boring story about a brother nearly drowning, and then some guy with a fish tattoo on his face, and then they're at it on the kitchen floor. Sick. Perverts. And I consider myself a noted pop picker, I think I spotted in this week's episode the first opportunity for a spin-off novelty hit single. How's about Sir Davos doing Son of a Crabber Man? Can you think of a better one? If so, write to us at I can think of a better novelty hit spin-off single than Sir Davos doing Son of a Crabber Man. Sky Atlantic, Centaurs Business Park, Grant Way, Isleworth, TW7 5QD. Right, Annabelle Port, why are we standing here with all this stuff? What have you got for us this week?
I have found for you such superfans that they have written their own book, A Feast of Ice and Fire, the official companion cookbook. Let me introduce to you Sarianne and Chelsea. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Very good, how are you?
Very well.
Tell us about your book.
So, in March of last year, we started our food blog, The Inn at the Crossroads, and since then it has spun off into a book after the input of George Martin, who has supported us along the way, and May 29th is the publication date.
And does the book feature all the recipes from the series and the Game of Thrones books?
Yeah, it's all of the dishes in the cookbook are taken directly from the original novels.
Well, I think we need to try out one of these recipes. Looking at the ingredients here, I think that would make a very nice carrot and ginger soup. Do you want to talk us through? Where do we start?
All right, so you're going to take your carrots and you're going to put them into your saucepan.
Do we need to chop the carrots or do they go in whole?
You can chop them into sort of biggish chunks.
Biggest chunk.
No,
What's this one for?
No, this one.
Ah. I'm worried about my fingers.
You put those into the pan with a bit of butter.
Butter, okay. No.
Is that a knob? I never know how much a knob is. Is that a knob?
Oh, that's a bit big, no.
That's why my cholesterol is so high. Oh, function, what does that do? Oh.
It's making a noise.
So once the onions are soft.
Hang on a minute. No one said anything about any onions.
All right, the onions go into the pot. Your butter should bubble but not smoke.
What? Butter's good.
You can add the broth. And some grated ginger. It all gets ground up, so
There we
it
go.
works just fine. Okay, so, you'll want to take it off the heat, and you'll be blending the soup. So I don't know if you've got an upright blender or an immersion blender. The best.
Good.
We've got this one, which reminds me of that scene with Joffrey and the two ladies of the night.
Okay, let me know when you're ready to blend it. Okay, let me check it. Let me check how it's doing. Yeah, blending really well.
Now you'll be adding back into the pot a bit of fresh cream.
No, that's creme fraiche.
But isn't creme... I eat out a lot!
It'll be about a cup.
That's not curdling at all, so that's fine. Not at all. Nope. Okay.
Do I get to use this again?
No. No.
It should be just about ready.
Here goes. Oh! It's really good. Really, really good.
And this is out on May the 29th, am I right?
May 29th, yes.
Yep.
Brilliant. Oh, well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys very much.
Okay.
Bye.
Here.
Another success.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you think you're a bigger fan than that, get in touch. You can follow us on Twitter at Thronecast or be a friend on Facebook. And don't forget, we're also looking for the best Game of Thrones inspired art. If you think you've created a work of beauty that could melt the frozen heart of Cersei Lannister, email us at gameofthrones@sky.com and you could feature in our special gallery next week. Now, amongst all the romance in Game of Thrones, there's one that stands up and shouts its love more loudly than any other. Samwell and Jon. So here's one half of that beautiful relationship, admittedly the bigger half. It's only John Bradley. John, welcome to Thronecast, and thank you especially. I just want to start by thanking you especially for travelling from the frozen north.
The absolute frozen north. It's a great place to be here, Jeff, don't worry.
Is it Wythenshawe?
It's Wythenshawe, yeah.
You are looking at karaoke champion from the Wendover pub in Wythenshawe, 1996.
Well, you're looking at the same title for this year.
Congratulations!
I'm only joking.
Oh,
No.
I thought I was passing the baton on across the years.
No, I don't do karaoke.
Do you not?
No, I do sing, but can't sing.
Right,
which is the wrong way around to do it.
No, I think it's the right way around to do it.
Oh, right.
I think enthusiasm over technique is always my strategy. How did you first get involved in Game of Thrones? What's your story?
It was my first audition out of drama school. We did the scene where Sam is on top of the wall with Jon, explaining to Jon about the life story and what his father's done to him and why he's there, which it was nice to do because it's Sam's pivotal scene. I think it's when the audience reaction turns from just confusion and frustration into actually starting to like him.
And did you do anything for the audition? Natalia Tenner told us that she smeared dirt on her face and went in like a wildling.
I didn't have to do any of that. No. Luckily enough, I was filthy already.
Tell me about your relationship with Kit Harington in real life.
I don't really want to talk about him. No, he's one of the nicest men I've ever met.
Do you think Sam is a little bit in love, in a bromance way, with Jon Snow?
Yeah, I think so. I think that. Well, I think to Sam, Jon is absolutely everything that he's needed in his life up to that point, and that he's not had. He's a big brother that likes him. I know that Sam has got a brother.
Yeah.
But the brother is on the dad side of things, and Sam's left all on his own. So Jon is a brother, he's a mother, he's a father, he's a confidant.
And maybe a lover. Who knows what would happen on that wall? It's very lonely. You take that vow of chastity,
Yeah.
and he put in a storm and all that.
I tried to wheedle it out of George. George, is there any chance that me and Kit could...
And you can see the whole uncut interview at sky.com/Game of Thrones. So this week we went on a road trip with Brienne and Jaime. What an odd couple. It's obvious they hate each other and nothing in a million years is going to get them to become friends. Or lovers. Although stranger things have happened. And here they are, Elio and Linda from Westeros.org. Hello.
Hi, Jeff.
Now, for those of us who worry about these things, can you just bring us up to speed and let us know whereabouts we are book-wise? Which book are we up to in the Song of Ice and Fire?
This season really covers largely, well, rather roughly, A Clash of Kings, which is the second book in the series. I say roughly because some parts of the story have been rather radically changed. Karth is completely different with the dragon theft and things. But there's some details that they've said that they've actually pushed on to the next season, and there's details from the third book, A Storm of Swords, which they've actually have been pulling in to this season.
Now, something I'm dying to ask about is dragon glass. They were very excited to dig that up. What is it?
Well, in our world, it is something, well, quite nice, but a bit mundane. It's obsidian, which used to be used in, in the Stone Age to make tools and things, just like flint, basically. It's very sharp, and you can make lovely edges with it. But in the world of Westeros, it might be a little more than that, because in there, in the past, the Children of the Forest used to use it quite a bit, and the Valyrians actually called it frozen fire.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing it's got some kind of property that you're not telling me about.
It may have some properties, yes.
Right. And who was the guy with the bones all over his face? The Lord of Bones that Ygritte, the wildling, brought Jon Snow to. Who was that?
Yeah, a bit of a nasty fellow, isn't he? He's a wildling that the Night's Watch has, at least in the novels, tangled with quite a bit in the past. And the Night's Watch and even some of his fellow wildlings actually have another name for him. They call him Rattleshirt, and he's not very fond of that. And he is definitely not somebody you want to get on his bad side, because all those bones he's wearing, not just animal bones, he's got some human bones, rib bones for his suit, and at least in the books that the helmet is a giant's skull.
Wow, what are the rib bones connected to?
Hard to tell in this case.
Elio, Linda, thank you very much as ever. See you next week.
A pleasure, Jeff.
Don't forget, you can watch Game of Thrones anytime you like on Anytime Plus and Sky Go. We're going to be straight back after episode 9. It's called Blackwater. And remember, lords don't like to break bread with sons of crabbers. The hands stink. 7 hells! Come on, Westerosians, what is it with you people? Soap! Have you never heard of soap?